everybody, hope you're having a great day. Today's video is going to be about Westside Xtreme Wrestling's recent show, Dead End. And new to this video is my slideshow that I have behind me. And I know it's kind of far away. I did the best I could with it. I know it's something I have to work on in the future. But getting it set up and getting it to the point it is right now took forever. So unfortunately, my weeks kind of fall into three categories: busy, busier, and if I have one more thing to do, my head's going to explode. Unfortunately, this week has been the third category. So, but I don't let it derail my YouTube videos. And, you guys are a priority to me. As I also mentioned in my other video this week, we did reach our 50 subscribers, which was my goal for the end of the month. So I'm super happy about that, and thank you guys so much again for that. And again, this is going to be wXw's Dead End. So if you want to share this video and talk about Westside Xtreme Wrestling, if you want to share this video or just share your thoughts on wXw in general or this Dead End show, use their official hashtag WXWDE, and also hashtag Jen Loves Wrestling, and tell them Jen Loves Wrestling sent ya. So I'm trying my hardest to promote this company because I love it so much and it's very near and dear to my heart. So without further ado, let's talk about Dead End. We opened the show with Oliver Carter versus Lucky Kid versus Jurn Simmons versus Russ Taylor. And I talked about Russ Taylor on my first time seeing him was the Bielefeld show that I talked about in my other video, and I was just straight away impressed by him. He's like a submission specialist. He's an amazing technical wrestler. He's very innovative and very just intelligent with how he conducts everything in the ring. Just puts everything together really well. I am just so impressed by this guy, and it just speaks to the level and the talent that wXw brings in and the eye for talent that they have, because this guy is incredible. If you love submission wrestling, be sure to check out Russ Taylor. He does all this crazy stuff. He did one of the coolest spots in the match, in my opinion. He did a double octopus stretch with the arms hooked, and it was just, I'd never seen anything like it before. He's always pulling out stuff like that, so he's really entertaining to watch. I'm looking forward to getting to see him live in Tampa. So, Jurn Simmons picked up this win with Lucky Kid being distracted by an emblem of an eye that came up on the screen at the end of this match. We don't know what this could be alluding to. Lucky has a very storied history with a lot of people in wXw, but also that have passed through wXw and were with wXw for a long time. So I'm thinking Lucky's got a lot of ghosts in his closet. I'm thinking it's somebody from his past. Could be somebody from the Purge Club. Could be Tarkan Aslan. So I guess we'll find out. If anybody has any guesses or wants to speculate what could be going on with that, I'd love to hear your opinions on it. Alright, so next we had Melanie Gray versus Killer Kelly. And Melanie Gray picked up the win, which means that she gets a title shot. And Melanie is recently back with the company, as I discussed in my Bielefeld video. And her emotions in this saga, in this story, since she's been back, are incredible. Her facial reactions, her reactions to the win. When you put that kind of emotion into something, and you make me feel it on the other end, and I get emotional watching you. I've always been a huge Melanie Gray fan, but my hat's off to her in this particular story because she's really getting the job done there, and I'm so happy she's back. I love Melanie Gray, and she gets a title shot, so I'm super happy about that. Alright, so next we had a tag match. Jordan Devlin and Scotty Davis versus JAA, which is Jay Skillett and Absolute Andy. And of course we are all very familiar with Jordan Devlin and his tremendous talent. But for me personally, the star of this match was Jay Skillett. I have gone on in the past, in my past wXw videos, make sure you check them all out, about what an incredible talent Jay Skillett is. And we're lucky to have him in the wrestling business. If he wasn't in the wrestling business, he could have a very successful career in acting, because for me, he has some of the best facial expressions in the business. He's just, every single spot, he's so invested in it. He's so entertaining to watch. And I'm honestly not a huge fan of comedy in wrestling, but it makes it extra special when it's done right. And Jay Skillett and also his tag partner, Absolute Andy, are a shining example of this. They're tremendous. I'm huge fans of both of them. And they picked up the win in this match. But everybody looked great in this match. Jordan Devlin, of course, we know is awesome. And, thanks to him for coming over to Germany to do that. And, everybody looked great. Jordan Devlin's awesome. And JAA picked up the win. So I'm really excited about that. It was a pretty big shocker. So Andy pinned Scotty Davis. And, that match was great. They also had a friendly exchange at the end of the match. The match ended, I don't want to say peacefully, but on good terms. We did the whole handshake thing, raising each other's hands, and it was really a nice moment. And then the crowd was chanting to Jordan Devlin and Scotty Davis, please come back. So that's always really nice to see and hear, and I hope they come back as well. And it was a great match, and it was great to see this side of Jordan Devlin, too. It's not the side that you usually see in NXT UK, so if you're a big Jordan Devlin fan, make sure you check this out, because it was really good stuff, both his character and in-ring quality-wise. Probably one of my favorite matches on the entire card, which is saying a whole lot, because, it's WXW, so they consistently put on good cards, and a lot of these matches could be, favorites of mine or anybody who watches this. It's a toss-up usually, because there's so much talent and so much good matches. And so speaking of, then we had David Starr versus Ilya Dragunov, and this was an unsanctioned match. So this was not the normal sort of street fight, no DQ, unsanctioned match that you normally see. This was the kind of match where you're watching it and you literally are wondering how much more these two guys' bodies can take. And then you remember that it's Ilya Dragunov and David Starr. So the answer to that is a pile driver through a table. David Starr picked up the win here. So the next match was Vet Mueller versus Marius Alani. And Marius picked up the win, which was pretty surprising to me. And I'm a big fan of Marius Alani. He's recently come back as well to WXW. We talked about the reasons he was away from WXW in my previous WXW videos. So if you want to know Marius' history, you can check those out. But the reason it was surprising was not because of anything on Marius' end. He's an incredible talent, tremendous wrestler, great power wrestler, brings a lot to the table. This was in Mueller's hometown, and he also had a new manager with him. So, I get that they wanted to make Marius look good going into 16 Carat, which is coming up very soon. We're right on the heels of 16 Carat right now, so that's exciting. I can't believe it's so close. Coming up in just about a week or two. But, I wish he would have, he's a heel, so I wish he would have at least cheat to win, for this match. Just my personal taste of, how that should have went. But, so Marius picked up the win either way, and it's good to see him back. Next, we had a tag team match for the titles, which was Julian Pace and Leon Van Gasteren versus the Pretty Bastards, who are the current WXW champions, and at this time, still the WXW champions, because they picked up the win here. I really like this match for so many reasons. Obviously, again, I know it's redundant and I'm repeating myself, but the actual match quality was second to none. It was incredible. I love this match. Again, one of my favorite matches on the card. These guys are amazing. Like, if you've never seen the Pretty Bastards, you have to check them out. They will do things that will blow your mind. They are so talented. But the thing that really did it for me in this match was the story. It's easy. I don't want to say it's easy. I should take that back. Edit it out. Like I have time for that. not that it's easy, but it's one thing. It's the thing entirely different to tell a story leading up to the match or having a good storyline. But when you can actually convey that story in the ring with what you're doing, telling it with what you're doing in the ring, that's amazing, and that's what they did in this match. I think they told a really good story. For me, the story here was that there is a lot of history and a lot of bad blood from Julian and Leon. They are very emotionally invested in this match, in the story, in this feud with the Pretty Bastards and all of Bobby's squad. But Pretty Bastards they just want to get to the top. They're not as emotionally invested. They're more just focused on winning. Whereas Julian Pace, I think his emotions cost him in this match. I think he was getting a little too emotional, and that did him in. So Pretty Bastards, still your wXw Tag Team Champions. Alright, and on to our main event. Speaking of Bobby Guns versus Avalanche. This was a champion versus champion match, non-title match. But Bobby Guns is the World Unified wXw Champion. Avalanche is the wXw Shotgun Champion. So this was just a match of champions. Battle between champions to see who is the supreme singles leader in wXw. This was a great match, and Bobby Guns pulled off the win. I'm a huge fan of Bobby Guns, so he was victorious here with a little bit of help from his friends. And then that led to the locker room essentially emptying out. Julian Pace came out, Leon came out, Absolute Andy, Jay Skillett, David Starr, and then Ilya Dragunov. And this presented itself with some interesting personal one-on-one confrontations leading into 16 Carat. So that was a really great way to take the show off the air. Again, awesome show, really enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy, videos about wXw because I love talking about them. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you guys next week. And I love you. Make sure you view, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Have a good night. Mwah.